Hey everybody, Sean from Movie Assault here, and it's time once again for another episode of the Halloween 15 for 2025. This is episode 12. We're getting towards the end, and this time out, I wanted to take a look at 2023's Talk to Me. It was made in 2022, released in 2023, so if you're picky about that kind of thing. This is actually an Australian film, which I was not aware of, and it was directed by Michael and Danny Philippou, who also did earlier this year a film called Bring Her Back, which was supposed to be really good. I haven't seen that one yet. It was written by Danny Philippou and Bill Hinsman. Stars Sophie Wilde as Mia, Alexandra Jensen as Jade, Joe Bird as Riley, Otis Donji as Daniel, and Miranda Otto as Sue. This hand that's on the cover is integral to the plot because this is sort of a prop that is used in a game that the whole movie is built around, and it's sort of a takeoff or sort of a reinvention of the seance party that you would find in, like, the seance party game of movies past, and that you may have played at parties yourself. But what happens here is if you put this on a table, it stands up like this, and you put your hand in the palm of this like a handshake, and you say, "Talk to me," a spirit will appear before your eyes. No one else, of course, will see this. And then if you want that particular spirit to inhabit or take possession of you, you say, "I let you in," and the spirit can possess you. And if the party hosts let that spirit possess you for longer than 90 seconds, bad things will happen. But if you're kept under 90 seconds, no harm, no foul, no problem. And the kids find this sort of intoxicating, so they keep playing this game and seeing what these spirits say and what these spirits make them do. They film it on their phones. You may hear thunder in the background, and it's kind of creepy because I'm here in the house by myself. It's thundering, it's raining, and it's really kind of odd. So this was a great night to watch this movie. So yeah, they play this game, and of course, if nothing goes wrong, we don't have a movie, but of course, something goes wrong. The movie features is built around a character named Mia, played by Sophie Wilde, and she lives at home with her dad. Her mom has recently passed away under circumstances that I won't get into because that's sort of plot related. But she finds herself more at home at her friend Alexandra, or her friend Jade's house. Jade is played by Alexandra Jensen. And Jade has a brother named Riley. They get along really well. Jade always has her boyfriend Daniel over, who Mia's was actually involved with briefly for a while. But she finds herself more at home over there, and the film sort of has this sort of comfy, familial feeling around that setting. And the game gives it sort of a fun setting. So I watched this right after Smile, and it was kind of interesting to see the comparison between the approaches to psychological horror between the two films, where Smile was mostly all dark and dread and just watching someone deteriorate as a result of things that are happening supernaturally. This film kicks off with the supernatural being sort of a fun thing. These kids are addicted to this game, playing with this hand and getting these spirits to inhabit them. But then when things go wrong, like I said, of course, everything has to go wrong or there wouldn't be a movie. You feel it more through Mia as the channel, and you feel it through the performance of Sophie Wilde. She turns in an excellent emotional performance, and you feel the dread through her. You feel the weight of her losing her sort of new adopted family as a result of what has happened. It's just a lot of pressure is put on her character, and the performance that she delivers is really good. I like the fact that the movie doesn't really get into trying to explain the supernatural stuff. Sort of like when you go to a party that has a Ouija board, or if you play with that stuff, you don't sit around trying to figure out, how does it all work. You may try to think about it, but you know, you don't get into that, and you don't get the backstory. You're never going to get the backstory, and you don't hear. And that I like that about it. It doesn't get wrapped up in the mythology of, you know, what's happening or how it happened or whatever. It's just happening, and Mia, the character, has to deal with it. And Sophie Wilde's performance is the conduit for that. You get to see how she deals with it and how it affects her. And that's my takeaway, is really more about her performance and less about the scares. Even though it's a scary movie, don't get me wrong, it's very creepy, and it definitely is a movie that you'd want to watch with a group of friends on a night like tonight, where it's thundering and lightning and raining and creepy outside. It definitely would fit the bill. There's some great effects. There's some great practical makeup effects in this. I don't recall seeing much CGI, maybe on the faces when these kids are possessed at the party. Their faces are sort of given maybe a CG filter. But I didn't realize this was an A24 film. And, you know, A24 films usually have sort of a unique look to it. This is no different. It sort of has... well, it doesn't sort of have. It has a really, really good cinematography done by Aaron Mikliski. The directors, Michael and Danny Philippou, they give it sort of a really zippy feel. The editing is really kind of lively. When the people are possessed, the camera sort of follows them and tilts as they sort of lean back in their chairs. The camera's kind of alive in a lot of it. So it's really entertaining, really well done. I would give it an 8 out of 10. The Australian backdrop kind of gives it another sense of unfamiliarity. I don't think, obviously, for Australian audiences that would count, but for me as an American, that just sort of kept me a little bit off kilter, because, you know, things are just a little bit different. But it's just a really good movie, and I came in totally blind. I had no idea what it was about, other than, you know, the creepy hand. I knew that. That's about all I knew about it. Yeah, I give this an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, and I think you will too. It's got the certified fresh from Rotten Tomatoes, for whatever that's worth. I really enjoyed it, so I think you will too. And they, like I said, they did bring her back this summer, which I'll have to take a look at. It's on HBO Max, so I'll give that a look-see. So there you go. That's my review of Talk to Me from 2023, A24 film. And if you've made it this far, thank you for your attention span. And as always, thank you for making it to the end of the video. And if you've subscribed recently, thank you very much for that. And I'll see you for episode 13, which will be here in 2 days. We're getting down towards the end, and Halloween is coming. I will probably skip a day, because I want a review to appear on Halloween, and the way the math works out, if I keep going the way I'm going, I'll finish on the 29th, I think. So I'm probably going to skip a day, or the 30th rather. So I think I'm going to skip a day, so I wind up on the 31st. So if I miss my 2-day mark one of these days, don't panic. It's on purpose. So anyway, thanks for watching. Take it easy.